I like Highway to Hell very much.
He's the man in the school uniform, the guitar god who has powered the biggest rock and roll machine on the planet for decades.
When the band first started, you kind of into a bit of a Superman costume, I believe, there for a while.
I didn't know anything that was going. Gorilla suits, anything, you know. But it was all for the same thing, you know, make people look.
His relentless energy on stage and his instantly recognizable riffs have made him one of music's most enduring icons. But what makes the man himself tick? After years of writing some of the most famous rock songs in history, which ones does Angus Young himself blast out when no one's watching? From the early gritty days to their most recent chart-smashing hits, the AC/DC frontman has given us a rare glimpse into the songs that mean the most to him. And a few of his picks might just surprise you. It's an album that every die-hard fan knows by heart, but for Angus, it's far more than just a collection of songs. The album Let There Be Rock is, in his own words, the one that truly defines AC/DC. It was a statement, a line in the sand drawn by two brothers who knew exactly what they wanted their band to be, no matter what the rest of the world was doing.
Around the World, which was Let There Be Rock, you know, that opened the door for us, you know, as soon as that album came out, and that's probably one of my favourite albums.
Rewind to the mid-70s, a time when the music scene was a swirling whirlwind of change. Punk rock was snarling its way into the mainstream with a defiant attitude and stripped-back sound. New wave was starting to bubble, promising a fresh, synth-driven future. Everyone was looking for the next big thing, and for many bands, that meant trying to fit in with the new trends. But not AC/DC. Angus has recalled a pivotal conversation he had with his late brother Malcolm while they were in the studio working on their fourth studio album. Their producer and older brother George Young asked the question every band faces: what kind of album do you want to make? Angus remembered Malcolm's response crystal clear. It was a no-nonsense declaration of their purpose. We just want an album that's just going to be pure hard rock guitar. And that, right there, was the heart of it all. It was a creative decision that cemented their legacy. They could have tried to soften their edges, added a little pop gloss, or dabbled in the new styles. But instead, they doubled down. They made an album that was as raw and unfiltered as their live shows. The ferocious title track, the iconic guitar work on Whole Lotta Rosie, the thumping rhythm of Dog Eat Dog, every note screamed pure rock and roll. For Angus, it felt like pure magic to stay true to their sound. It was the sound of a band in control of its own destiny, a band that refused to compromise. And it is that unwavering spirit that makes the album a defining chapter in the AC/DC story for the man who lived it. Angus Young is not just a musician, he is a master craftsman of the guitar. And like any craftsman, he has a deep appreciation for the technical and artistic skill that goes into creating something special. So when he's asked about his favourite songs, he makes a crucial distinction. There are the songs he loves to play, and then there are the songs that hit hardest as a complete package. If you were to ask him just about the guitar playing, there's one song that stands out above the rest: Riff Raff. A deep cut from the album PowerUp, it's not the most famous AC/DC song, but it is one of the most challenging. He has called it very tough to play, but that's exactly why he loves it. It's a furious torrent of notes, a relentless assault on the fretboard. The interlocking rhythm between him and Malcolm is a masterpiece of rock and roll precision. For Angus, it's a song that is interesting in the way the song rolled out, and that's an understated nod to the sheer genius of its construction. Playing it live is a test of skill and stamina, and for a guitarist of his caliber, it's a constant thrill. But when you broaden the question to a whole song, a track that is perfect from the first note to the last, a song that captures the spirit of the band and sends a stadium into a frenzy, his answer changes. Thunderstruck is a big one, he has said, and what a song it is. From the moment that iconic intro riff kicks in, the world knows it's an AC/DC moment. The song, from the album The Razor's Edge, is built for the masses. It's a spectacular anthem, a driving force of raw power that has become a staple of every AC/DC concert. The way the rhythm builds, the energy of the chorus, the sheer spectacle of it all, it is a song that was born to be heard by tens of thousands of screaming fans. It is the perfect blend of musical prowess and showmanship, and for Angus, it is a triumph on every level. Few songs have ever caused as much of a fuss as Highway to Hell.
And then I came to the AC/DC Highway to Hell, and I asked my uncle again, "What's this?" And he said, "This is the most dangerous album in the world."
With its sinister-sounding title and devilish themes, it was an easy target for critics and religious groups when it first came out. They saw a band singing about satanic deeds and leading their fans down a dark path. But as Angus has explained many times, they couldn't have been more wrong. The song was never about the devil. It was about something far more real and far more painful: life on the road. Angus has said that the song's meaning has changed for him over the years, but its original purpose was a simple reflection of their touring life. The actual song itself is such a road song, and that's what it was intended to be in the beginning: our life on the road at the time, which was a lot of heavy touring, he recalled.
These days it takes 14 semi-trailers and a small army to stage an AC/DC concert. They'll pack this place out for the next 3 nights. Their Spanish fans might not understand English, but young people everywhere know the antics and the music of AC/DC.
The band was a relentless touring machine, playing hundreds of shows a year in dingy clubs and packed halls. It was a grueling, exhausting, never-ending journey. And for the band, that was their highway to hell.
How do you survive month after month after month on the road?
How do you survive? I think you just got a sense of humour.
And you got to keep fit as well, I guess, just because of the fact that the schedule's so heavy, you know?
I'm real fit.
Yeah.
It was the price they paid for their rock and roll dream: a life of endless travel, cheap hotels, and the constant strain of performance. The song was a massive risk. While it was a perfect encapsulation of their touring struggles, the title caused a huge amount of controversy. But as ever, the band stood firm. He has said they decided to stick to our guns with it, and that defiance paid off in a big way. The song, and its album of the same name, became a massive hit. It was the album that truly broke them in the United States, and it became AC/DC's first gold record in that country in 1980. It later went on to achieve multi-platinum status, but that initial success was a huge moment for the band. For Angus, the song will always be a reminder of those hard early days and the moment their immense talent and hard work finally started to pay off on a global scale. When a band has been around for as long as AC/DC, it's easy for them to get lost in their own back catalogue. The fans want to hear the classics, and the band has a whole history of hits to choose from. But for a true creative like Angus Young, the passion for new music never dies. Even after all these years, he is still hungry for new ideas, new riffs, and new songs to make their mark on the world. That's why his comments on the band's most recent album, PowerUp, are so refreshing. When the album was released, a lot of the talk was about the return of Brian Johnson, Phil Rudd, and Cliff Williams. But for Angus, it was also a new beginning, a new batch of songs to love.
And it was really good, even Cliff, you know, because Cliff, I'd asked Cliff at the end of the tour, if I'm going to do anything, you want me to give you a yell? And Cliff said, yeah, of course. That was really good. Cliff came on board, and Phil was really good at my brother's funeral. I was really glad he had come, and he really looked great. He was in great shape, and he'd been sorting out his problems he'd had. You know, he'd been working with therapy people, and he was really good. He was best I saw him in health. So I kept in contact with Phil, and it was good, you know, because he was raring. He said, I'll be there with bells on, you know, in the studio. And with Stevie, my nephew, he said, yeah, I'm there. You name the date, I'm there. That's how it all came to be, and everyone was, you know, happy to be, you know. It's the unit, it's what we, you know, and it's what the world has seen since 1980. I mean, my brother's not there, that would be the, you know.
While he remains diplomatic about all their new material, he did single out the opening track, Realise, as a personal favourite. In an interview with Classic Rock magazine in 2021, he simply said, "I really like the opening track a lot, Realise, and praised its powerful riff and the quality of Brian's vocals. It's a simple comment, but it speaks volumes about the man. It shows that even after decades of crafting rock anthems, Angus is still excited about new music. The fire is still there, and the desire to create something brilliant and powerful is still as strong as it was back in the 70s. He isn't just an AC/DC historian, he's still a core part of their creative engine. The song is a testament to the band's incredible longevity and their ability to keep delivering the goods. For Angus, a true rock and roll lifer, the new songs are just as vital as the old,